Welcome to lecture 11. Today I am going to speak about pelletization process. In the last lecture I discussed about the mechanism of the pelletization process with explaining a theory called theory of bonding water particle system, in which the funicular state and capillary state, this particular stages also explained with the clear details how the initial nuclei forms and further grows, and it is been called as the grown particles as pellet. So how do you understand, how do you incorporate in the pelletization process? Let us see those things. Initially you collect the feed. The feed is composed of very fine iron ore, and you mix with the binder such as bentonite and mix a critical amount of water, that is nothing but moisture, into the pelletization instruments. You mix this particular feed with this particular sufficient amount of water further, and allow this particular feed into run in a machines called disc type pelletizer and drum type pelletizer, by which you produce green pellets which has some amount of moisture content. Now the thing is, you need to remove that particular moisture content. For that you choose a induration step or eating step for the green pellets. It is being proceeded by 3 steps. Initially you dry this particular green pellet in the oxidizing atmosphere, and you preheat this particular green pellets in a disc to a sufficient temperature, around 900 degrees Celsius temperature. You fire it, this particular green pellets, to 1250 to 1350 degrees Celsius temperature in a firing unit separately. The firing units are different, and disc type pelletizer, drum type pelletizer is different. In disc type and drum type pelletizer you produce only green pellet, whereas in the firing units you make it the green pellets to remove the complete moisture and make it ardent, so that it can withstand during the transportation, during the abrasive process in the blast furnace picker and production, in the burden overlying situation in the blast furnace and sponge iron production process. Further you cool it, the fired pellet, and you transport this particular pellets into the blast furnace plant and sponge iron plant. Now let us discuss about one of the green pelletizer. One is disc type pelletizer. All this particular slide discuss about the design parameters. This is the practical view. This is a disc having diameter of 3.6 to 7.5. With this particular schematic you can realize to see maximum 7.5 meter, and height of this particular disc is 0.6 to 0.75 meter, and it is been inclined, you can realize to see, around 45 degrees, 45 to maximum 48 degrees. It is being made with this particular design, and you supply the feed using vibratory feed and simultaneously mixing with water moisture content, and you place it in right place in the either center or periphery of disc, and you mix it. Now with the constant you mix this particular pellet. Mixing is nothing but very fine iron ore and water. You mix in this particular hooper and you feed into the disc, this particular disc, and this is the periphery of disc pelletizer, and below this there will be a motor. You can allow it for the rotate, the disc allowed for the rotate with the minimum speed around 15 to 30 rpm speed. You allow it for the rotate, and finally after, for example, 1 hour, you take out this particular pellet formed from the fine iron ore. the pellets will be formed. That particular pellets are called as green pellets, since it is mixed with the iron ore, water and binder. In the case of disc type pelletizer, at the periphery another layer forms and it goes on bottom layer. This is layer type mixing occurs, and at the periphery the small nucleus forms, further growths and separate particles, nothing but pellets forms, and that particular pellets are group of pellets will be formed after a x amount of time. Those pellets are called as green pellets. If it is oversized pellets in the screen, if you choose 100 mesh size screen, if it is around 10 mm size, it is been taken and it is been sent for the hardening section or induration steps. Using a temperature of 1250 to 1350, you harden it, cool it and transport to the blast furnace and sponge iron plant. If it is undersized, again that particular pellets are crushed and feeded again into the vibratory feeder. And you see this particular schematic, this is through which this pellet mix is falling through the scraper, and within this at the periphery it is nothing but pellets are rolling, and at the center you will see the water accumulates, water feed area, either this place or at this location, and simultaneously it is being subjected to the rotation 15 to 13 rpm. These are the design parameters. This is how the disc pelletizer works and gives finally green pellets. And after the disc pelletizer, you take it for the hardening section. Now let us see what are the forces acts during the disc type pelletizer. The resultant force is normal force. Also it depends upon the frictional force, centrifugal force, gravitational force due to the mass. How do you calculate this normal force? It depends upon the following parameters. You need to calculate the what is the mass of green ball and how much quantity, maximum quantity you can choose in the disc type pelletizer. It depends upon its capacity. From the experience of expert technician, it has been decided, and that particular mass need to be known. And what is the radius of the disc as I discussed just now, and what is the angle of inclination provided to this particular disc type pelletizer, what is the acceleration is being provided by during this particular pelletization, acceleration due to the gravity of that particular mass, and friction coefficient one need to calculate, and what is the angular velocity when it has been tilted to the 45 degrees. The disc is been provided to the 45 degrees. If this particular normal force is greater than mass into gravitational acceleration due to the gravitational force, and cosine theta angle is greater, there is a chance of that particular pellets will fall off from the disc. So it should be lesser. That is why calculation of the normal force is very important. That is why I introduced this step here. But now one need to decide what is the efficiency of this particular disc type pelletizer. How do you decide it? You need to know the process variables in this particular disc type pelletizer. One is what is the diameter of the disc and how much the diameter of the disc is being maintained. Is it in the specific range or too less or too high? It shows adverse effect. It should be within this particular critical limits. Height of the periphery wall also, is it too high or less? It should be optimum. And angle of inclination provided for the disc, is it 45 degrees or not? And speed of rotation, is it 15 to 30 rpm maintained or not? Is it controlled or not? And place at which this particular feed is mixed. Is it at the center or periphery? It depends upon it decides the efficiency. And place where water is sprayed, is it at the center or periphery, is also an important parameter. And rate of feed, so as you cannot provide the feed at a time. After 1 minute you will be providing 1 kg, after 2 minutes you will be providing the 2 kg. So is it maintained or not? Rate of moisture addition, so are you mixing the continuously the water? It may be the very high. So with maintaining the time, so are you maintaining that particular moisture addition time? And withdrawal of this particular green pellets, are you mixing it for a constant time, for example 1 hour, and take out the green pellets and decide the oversize and undersize green pellets? Do you have the time bound? It is also an important parameter. And size of this particular feed chosen, is it too small or too large, very fine particles? It should not be escaped during the pelletization process. It should be proper. And desired size range of the pellets are achieved or not? Is it uniform or range? Mostly in the desktop pelletizer, specific range of the pellets are more. Uniform size you will be achieving. And percentage of recycling, is it more, the undersize green pellets are more or less? The percentage also matters and decides the efficiency of this type pelletizer. Now the other additions also matters important, such as binder and flux. Binder as a bentonite and flux addition at the initial stages. Now let me talk about the drum type pelletizer. This is how the practical view of drum looks like. And this is a spiral scraper through attached to a motor, and it rotates. This is another schematic. This is a drum, practical drum. With this particular woofer, you will feed the raw material feed, such as very fine iron ore, binder, and moisture content. And what are the dimensional factors? This particular diameter of this drum, this opening, maintained 3 to 3.6 meter, and inclination provided for this drum is 6 to 10 degrees. And what is the length of this particular drum? 9 to 11 meter can be utilized. And what is the speed provided for this particular drum type pelletizer? 8 to 14 rpm. And maximum capacity of pellets you will be producing for an hour, 90 to 130 tons you can achieve from this drum type pelletizer. Now let us try to know what are the process variable in the case of drum type pelletizer. Speed of rotation, 8 to 14 rpm, is it maintained? And peripheral, especially the peripheral speed, controlled or not? It decides the efficiency of drum type pelletizer. And angle of inclination 6 to 10 degrees, is it the range maintained or not? Is it, and diameter of the drum, is it in the range or not? And rate of the feed provided, is it at an intermediate level after 60 minutes, after 30 minutes, maintained or not? And depth of the material in the residence for a longer duration as the drum is rotating, is it more or less? That is also a parameter which decides the efficiency. And limit of moisture content, around 10% of moisture content for the raw material you can add, is it more? And what is the size of the feed chosen, such as very fine iron ore, binder, and flux? And what is the size range chosen? It should not be too small, too large. And other additions such as binder and flux also matters in deciding the efficiency. In a overall, if you see the comparison between the disc type pelletizer and drum type pelletizer, this particular disc type pelletizer, it classifies all the ranges. Mostly uniform size you will be achieving. It classifies perfectly. but drum type pelletizer will not classify perfectly. Range of green pellets will come out from the drum type pelletizer. All the maximum around 90% of the green pellets are wide range. In the case of disc type pelletizer, 90% are uniform size green pellets are achieved. And how this particular nucleation and mixing growing into the green pellets occurs is layer by layer from the periphery of the disc in the case of disc pelletizer. Whereas in the case of drum type pelletizer, this particular green pellet particles grows. You can compare with respect to the theory of bonding assimilation. It go to the center height of the drum and it falls. It mixes with the another particles. And disc type pelletizer is more flexible to operate. You can at intermediate level of feeding, providing the speed, increasing maintenance is flexible, and this is not much flexible. So once the feed is being provided in the drum, it is not much easy to observe what is happening the inside drum. And close size products, you mean uniform size green pellets can be achieved, you can get it. Whereas in the case of drum, wide range products. Screening is not necessarily required in the case of situation. If there is very narrow size range of the products are there, even if very narrow size products are required, then you use screening. In this drum pelletizer, you must require the screening, and specific production rate is more, around 140 tons per hour, whereas in the case of this 90 to 130 tons per hour, this production rate is less. And one need to know this particular questions to be answered. Which pelletization technique has higher efficiency in terms of final yield achieved in the form of green pellets uniform size? Justify it, why and how. Pellets are formed by assimilation technique or layering technique in drum type pelletizer. Justify it how. If this is the process in the drum type pelletizer, justify it how. And uniform pellets formation depends on many variables in the case of disc and drum type pelletizer. What are they? Brief about that. The feed material for pellets are very fine iron ore, binder, moisture. Justify its necessity. Why you need all these particular things? Is it not only one thing is enough? Does slag form during the induration of the pellets? After the green pellets, it has been taken for the hardening by hardening or firing units, which we call as an induration step. If yes, brief it how. Then you understand all these particular questions and brief about this particular things.